Let's get something straight immediately. You don't need more rest. You need more work. Everyone wants comfort. Everyone wants balance. Everyone wants to relax. But almost nobody has earned it. You wake up tired, not because you're overworked, but because you're under discipline. Your mind is heavy. Your body feels slow. Your motivation is gone. And instead of fixing the cause, you reach for the excuse. I deserve a break. I've been doing a lot. I'll start tomorrow. No, you haven't earned it. Rest is not a right. Rest is a reward. And rewards come after execution. You don't rest because you're tired. You rest because the mission is complete. You don't sleep well because you took it easy. You sleep well because you did the work. Earn your rest means this. When the alarm goes off and you want comfort, you choose action. When your body feels heavy, you move anyway. When your mind looks for permission to quit, you deny it. Because real rest only comes after discipline. Fake rest feels like guilt. Real rest feels like peace. And peace is earned through effort. If you're constantly exhausted, unfocused, unmotivated, it's not because life is too hard. It's because you're negotiating with weakness. That ends here. You want rest, earn it. Kamafart ice. IS telling Jeffram yo-yos. Discipline ves lazinessa comfort lies. It tells you that you've done enough. It tells you that later is fine. It tells you that skipping today won't matter. Comfort is patient. And that's why it's dangerous. One skipped workout doesn't ruin you. One lazy morning doesn't destroy you. But comfort stacks. And before you realize it, weeks are gone. Opportunities are gone. Confidence is gone. Earn your rest means you stop letting comfort make decisions. Because every time you choose comfort before effort, you steal from your future self. You steal strength. You steal momentum. You steal self-respect. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It cares what needs to be done. And the people who win, they don't feel more motivated. They're just less willing to obey weakness. They work first, they rest later. That order matters. Rest ice, A, reward, now to A, I-G-H-T, somewhere along the way. People got confused. They started treating rest like an entitlement. I worked all week. I had a long day. I'm stressed. So what? Everyone is stressed. Everyone is tired. Everyone is dealing with something. The difference is this: some people push anyway. Others look for permission to stop. Earn your rest means you flip the script. You don't ask, am I tired? You ask, did I complete the mission? If the answer is no, you keep moving. Because rest without effort doesn't recharge you. It weakens you. It trains your mind to quit early. It lowers your tolerance for discomfort. It builds fragility. And fragile people break under pressure. You want real recovery. Work hard enough to need it. That's how athletes do it. That's how warriors do it. That's how disciplined people live. No excuses. Start now. Let's talk about all off days. Everyone claims they have them. Most people live in them. One off day turns into two. Two turns into a pattern. And the pattern becomes a lifestyle. Earn your rest means you don't let a bad day decide who you are. You show up anyway. Not at 100%. Not perfect. But present. Because discipline isn't about intensity every day. It's about consistency every day. Weekdays don't ruin strong people. Giving in to weekdays does. Every time you push through resistance, you build authority over yourself. Every time you quit early, you lose it. Self-respect isn't built by comfort. It's built by follow through. Do the work, then rest. Disclaim decadis do you rest is control and ownership. Here's the truth. If your feelings decide when you rest, you'll rest forever. Discipline decides. Discipline says, finish first. Complete the task. Then shut it down. That's control. Earn your rest means you don't collapse. You stand down. You don't quit. You conclude. And there's a massive difference. Quitting feels chaotic. Earned rest feels clean because you know, without lying, that you gave what was required. That's how leaders operate. That's how professionals think. They don't ask permission to work. They don't need motivation. They execute, then recover. Tiredness, not Burrowcan's mental toughness is being tired doesn't mean you're done. It means you're human. The mistake people make is assuming fatigue is failure. It's not. Fatigue is feedback, not a stop sign. Earn your rest means you learn the difference between injured vs uncomfortable, burned out vs undisciplined, exhausted vs untrained. Most people quit at discomfort, not danger. They stop at the first signal of resistance. That's weakness talking. You don't need to destroy yourself. You need to train yourself. Recover. Repeat. That cycle builds resilience. standards. If this comes down to standards, if your standard is comfort, that's what you'll get. If your standard is discipline, you earn peace. Earn your rest means you live by a simple rule: work first, rest after. Not when you feel like it, when the job is done. Why or not BRNDOU? Let's address the word people hide behind. Burnout? Most people aren't burned out. They're undisciplined. Burnout comes from sustained, meaningful effort with no recovery. What most people feel is something else entirely. It's the fatigue of inconsistency, the mental drain of half effort, the exhaustion of starting, stopping, restarting, and never finishing. That kind of tired doesn't come from working too hard. It comes from working without structure. Earn your rest means you bring order to your life. You set priorities. You define the mission. You eliminate unnecessary noise. Then you execute clean and focused. Discipline reduces stress. Indecision multiplies it. When you know what needs to be done, you don't waste energy debating. You move. And when the work is done, rest actually restores you. That's the difference. Why easy living creates weak people. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it extracts payment later. Soft schedules create soft minds. Soft routines create fragile bodies. Soft standards create weak identities. Earn your rest means you don't live life on easy mode. You challenge yourself on purpose. Early mornings, hard training, focused work, uncomfortable responsibility. Not because you enjoy suffering, but because you respect strength. Every time you avoid discomfort, you shrink your tolerance for it. Every time you face it, you expand. And life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. That's the equation. Comfort first makes life harder later. Discipline first makes life easier later. Choose wisely. This rule changes everything. Do the hard thing first, not later. Not after scrolling. Not after warming up. First. The hardest task. The most resistance. The thing you keep avoiding. That's the mission. Earn your rest means you don't procrastinate pain. You attack it. Because once the hard thing is done, everything else feels lighter. Momentum builds confidence. Completion builds clarity. And clarity reduces fatigue. People who feel overwhelmed usually haven't completed anything meaningful. Finish something hard today. Start now. Recovery with integrity. Here's the part people misunderstand. This is an anti-rest. This is pro-earned rest. Recovery matters. Sleep matters. Downtime matters. But only when it's deserved. Earn your rest means when you stop clean. No guilt. No self-criticism. No mental noise. Because you know the work was done. That kind of rest hits different. Your body recovers faster. Your mind settles. Your sleep improves. Because deep down, you're not lying to yourself. You didn't quit. You completed. That's integrity. Des Pipeline, Freedom, identity lock. And this is where it all connects. Discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom. Freedom from excuses. Freedom from chaos. Freedom from regret. When you live disciplined, your life simplifies. You know when to work. You know when to rest. You trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, anxiety drops. Earn your rest means your word means something, especially to yourself. You don't say, I'll try. You say, I will, and then you prove it. That's power. You are rest. Listen carefully. The world will tell you to slow down. The world will tell you to take it easy. The world will tell you that you're doing too much. Ignore it. Because most people are tired, not from effort, but from avoidance. They avoid the work. They avoid responsibility. They avoid discomfort. And avoidance drains the soul. You want peace, earn it. You want deep sleep, work hard enough to deserve it. You want confidence, keep promises to yourself. You want rest that actually restores you. Finish the mission first. No shortcuts, no negotiation, no excuses. Work when it's time to work. Rest when it's time to rest. And when you lay your head down at night, knowing you gave everything required, that's not exhaustion, that's victory. So get up, handle your business, do the work, and when the job is done, your rest.